Significance of my name has Irish and Gaelic roots. Its meaning is God is gracious. Now, how did I get the name Sean? Well, a long time ago, my own parents didn't know who to call me when I was born. They thought the name Sean, well, Brian would be the name, but they decided that Sean should be the name for me. The coin logo that Professor Lin has on his page represents good luck. It's a sign of good luck and also a sign of communication. This actually means good luck on your path to improving on your communication skill. That is the meaning of the coin logo, from my perspective at least. Speak at your prime means speak how you normally would. Speak without any kind of fear. Don't really listen to what other people think about you just because of how you speak. Like I said before, you speak how you want to speak. Speak how you mean. Speak how you feel. That's what speak at your prime means. Who am I as a person? Me as a person, I am. Sorry about that. I am hardworking, respectful, and polite. I'm hardworking in the sense of what I want to get in life. Because without being hardworking, I'm not going to get anything at all. My purpose is simply being there for my family. I could find no other purpose other than being there for my family. Because really, that is the best purpose in life. Being there for those who care about you the most. Your family. My academic achievements vary. I used to do very bad in math. Math and I were not really good friends at all. I remember the really bad history of failing in some tests and quizzes, getting very bad grades, and I'm like, but those days are in the past. Now math and I are friends with each other. besties for life, as I can say. My intellectual premise. I would say that my intellectual premise is I'm very good in a lot of subjects, like philosophy, literature, business, economics, some financial knowledge. My favorite topic is history. I love studying history. I have a lot of love for studying any kind of historical event. It's my personal favorite. How is the quality of my writing? It's okay. You know, I both write and I also text very often. I view texting as a part of my life, but I also hold the quality of writing with my hand as the biggest part of my life. Because my phone will not always be there next to me. Original creative thought. It's important in my life. Why? Well, it's quite simple. If I am with a group, okay, I'm with a group and I have an idea, to offer. I'm doing something. But if I don't have an idea, no creative original thought, then I'm not contributing anything to the group at all. I'm just staying there. Productive class discussion. I always ask my teachers or professors any question that I need and have. I always take care of any of the assignments that they require, and I also make sure to answer any of the questions that they have just so I contribute to the class as a whole. My, well, not my, but respect accorded by faculty. This is important because in my family it is very important to be polite. It's not really polite to be, well, it's not really considered to be, you know, to be ignorant of what other people think about how you are. The point is, it's not really nice to be a jerk to people. Be nice to others. That is more important. My work habits, my discipline work habits, I always try and keep my phone away from me as best as I possibly can. I find my phone to be a distraction every time I have it next to me when I'm trying to study for a important session for, say, a test or a quiz, a project, anything like that that you could think of. It's just part of life. How am I mature? Well, I would say that I always try and restrain myself when I'm angry about something. I always try and admit that. When I'm making a mistake, I'm doing something wrong, and I always try and fix it the best that I can, and always remember to myself to try and fix it and make up for it as I go. It's a learning lesson. How am I motivated? I always try and think of the bright side of things. Whenever I'm down, I always think of some of these superheroes like Batman. Batman's always strong. And he can feel down as well, but he realizes that a man is not an island. A man has to be strong. That is important. My view on leadership as a scout, an Eagle Scout as well, this is a very important field for me. It's a very close, big attraction to me as a scout because leadership is very important. You're setting a role model for others. You have the younger scouts following you. It's a very big responsibility, but something that I am personally willing to take. My integrity, well, this also relates to being a scout as well. We always have some very important traditions. And in our oath, we say as a scout or as like this. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, brave, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. That is our code according to scouts. That is integrity right there. That's finest. My reaction to setbacks, well, I'm going to say that I don't exactly have the best reaction sometimes. I try and keep it to the minimum. It's always very strong. I always try and keep it restrained the best I can. But sometimes I'll just be very annoyed and feel very down and sometimes very unmotivated. Not very fun at all, My concern for others is very big. I'm always concerned for other people, like how a brother is concerned for his siblings. That is how concerned I am for other people. If I'm not really concerned for other people, then no one's going to want to be my friend. That's really the logic of being concerned and not concerned about others. You care about others, people will care about you. How am I self-confident? I would say that I'm always very confident in what I can do and what I'm able to do and how I always am capable of doing something really good in the future. I would say that as a whole. My initiative and independence. I would say that my independence, I value my initiative and my independence, but I'm always willing to get help from people whenever I need it. Initiative-wise, I like to be very hands-on with things. I like to take action first before anyone tries to mention it. even though I can sometimes not have the motivation for it. I try and stay as motivated as I possibly can to take the initiative. Overall, I would say that I try and be good as a person. I would also say that I am willing to admit my flaws. And yes, I would say that for me personally, it's not always easy to admit flaws because traditionally people always think of you as, a nobody, a bum, or anything like that you could think of. Most people are afraid of admitting flaws because they think that people will talk behind their backs. And yes, there are sometimes people that will talk behind your back. But you can't listen to those people. You can't always listen to them. And you can't go after them just because they are talking bad about you. That just means that you're very highly sensitive to things and you're very emotional. You have to balance yourself out. You see, that word balance, it's a very important word now that I think about it. Balance is the key, in a sense, to life. Nothing too high and nothing too low. Nothing too cold, nothing too hot. Perfect equilibrium. Nothing too emotional, nothing too logical. When we hear critics, we have to be like movie stars. Now, not every movie star will be taking things very politely. Some will get very angry at people talking bad about them behind their backs, and they'll start a whole social media issue. But that's a whole another animal that we're going to have to talk about. That's in my character. I would say that in terms of public speaking, I have learned a lot. I have practiced a lot. I've also worked on my skills in public speaking a lot in this class specifically. And once again, overall, I try to be a good person, confident. I am very confident, self-confident. And I also try and be polite. Politeness in my family is very important, especially to my character. It's influenced me personally. The biggest lesson of all is pay it forward. That's a very big lesson in my family. Because when you're kind to other people, they will be kind to you. I hope all of you guys enjoyed this video. This is Sean Gowan, signing off.